Hey guys, what's going on? I know it's been a while, but as you can see, in a new place, and I actually moved, so that's why I've been away, that's why I haven't really posted anything, and we're going to get back into the swing of things as of hopefully tomorrow as I get my internet sorted in this place. But look, I thought today, coming back to it, it would actually be good to do a Q&A video. So about a week ago, a week ago, I put out some Q&A polls, Q&A questions out into the groups, out into the YouTube community, and just see what you guys wanted to hear about. And we're actually going to go through that today. So we're going to get straight into it, and it's good to be back. And we'll get more consistent with these uploads. But it's good to be back with this. And I'm going to read off some questions. So we're going to get straight into it because I want to answer these as in depth as I can. So first question, Laura asks, please tips on how to save on shipping. Thanks. So this is in regards to Amazon FBA. Now, in order to save on shipping, the first thing I would do is negotiate with your supplier. Negotiate with your supplier, whether you're doing it through Alibaba or through another website. Always negotiate. Majority of the time, you can always negotiate on either the product cost or on the shipping price. So if your supplier won't budge and you've tried different suppliers and you know, usually they're, you know, with all your suppliers that you've asked, they are still you know, a bit too expensive for your liking, that's when you can start getting in touch with third-party freight forwarders. So you can either do that through searching through Alibaba, or you can do it through Aussie companies, through Aussie forwarding companies. Like there's another one that I've used before called Forward to FBA. They've got good pricing as well. So if you're having trouble with pricing in terms of the suppliers that you're talking to, have a look at third-party freight forwarders. You might be able to save on some shipping. Another thing you can do if you're looking at air shipping, maybe it might be more cost-effective to do sea shipping, even though it might take maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 days longer. It could even cut the cost in half. So just have a look at those quotes. Just ask for your suppliers for quotes on both sea and air shipping. See how you go, but first, I would negotiate, then look at third-party freight forwarders, might save yourself some money. Second question is from Joji. He says, hi, is Amazon fulfillment centers accepting shipments of products? How's the situation like due to delays in shipments? So really, it's pretty much back to normal for Australia. It's only if you're getting them shipped to the US that you might have problems, because there's still some problems over there. I know we still have COVID situations here, but I've been having students in the last couple of months, you know, and even in the midst of COVID, been getting their shipments in. There really hasn't been too much in delays, especially now. It's pretty much gone back to normal, but you should be fine if you're looking to sell here in Australia, and your shipment shouldn't be delayed. There shouldn't be any problems with it. If I guess maybe at most there might be a few days delay in terms of actually getting it ready to ship, you know, the actual manufacturing, but the shipping, really, I haven't seen any delays with any of my students, and haven't been notified of anything. So really, and this is like going by, because I read up on the Amazon news as well and what's going on there quite regularly. So haven't seen any delays in it. I think you should be fine if you're looking to get started selling in Australia. There shouldn't be any delays. Next question is from Ahmed. After achieving ranking the product on the page number, how can we sustain this rank? So basically what he's saying is, once you get your, this is for Amazon, once you get your product rank up to the top, say you know, if you get it to the top of the first page, how do you sustain that? Sales, that's how you sustain it. The only way to do that is to get consistent sales. So the only way to get that is be competitive with your pricing, make sure that your product is good quality, make sure that you're answering back questions, do everything you can to help your customer, and that'll create more sales, that'll create more demand for your product, and you know, thus you will keep the rank. The only way to keep that rank there is constantly be selling, you know, just keep consistent sales. And if you're struggling with that as well, make sure to run some Amazon PPC, which is pay-per-click advertisement. That'll help your product show to more customers, you know, basically put it in front of more eyes. So only way to achieve holding that rank is sales. I've got a question from Ibrahim. Hopefully I said that right. Hi Jack, one question I have is, do we have to put in HS codes and or weights/country of origin in our product descriptions under the shipping section? If we don't have to do this, it would save some time. As long as you've got all your policies and whatnot put onto your website somewhere in the footer or whatnot, you should be fine. What I do with my shipping is, you know, if it's getting shipped from China, I just put it in the shipping section of my website, and I'm just upfront with them, or if they ask, I'm just upfront with them. Apart from that, it's not required to put anything. If you're selling something dangerous or like ingestives or anything, make sure that you have the proper documentation or legalities, whatever it may be, the proper documentation to support that, and just put it in a section of your website. Apart from that, you should be basically fine. This question is from Raheel. You are giving Egrow references everywhere, whereas Egrow is nowhere near too accurate, or as accurate. Why are you endorsing Egrow for the AU? Good question. So I know that Egrow isn't the most accurate when it comes to the AU market. Now, we do have ways around that. I've got it in my course. We use the 5-to-1 ratio where we divide any, because basically what Egrow does is they show inflated numbers for the Aussie market, and that's because they just use the same algorithm as what they do for the Aussie, for the other markets. It works for the other markets, but for the Aussie market, for some reason, it just inflates them. So what we have to do to get the closest, or I guess the most accurate we can, numbers for sales on products, we just divide those numbers that we see by 5, divide the revenue, or divide the sales, set the unit sales per month by 5, get a more accurate reading. The reason that I'm endorsing Egrow is because it's basically one of the only softwares out there that works for the Aussie market, and as soon as something else comes out, and the other ones that we use are AlgoPix and Merchant Words, but to actually find products, Egrow is basically the only one out there that I've seen so far. So as soon as something better comes out, as soon as something more accurate comes out, we're going to be jumping straight on board with that, and I'll only endorse stuff that is either works really well, or I think is going to be a good option. Right now, Egrow I think is a good option because it's the only option basically that we have. So apart from that, we have to run with that, do the 5-to-1 ratio. That's the main reason why I'm endorsing Egrow at this point in time. All right, next question is from Romain. How's city life for you in Brisbane, mate? Do you come down to Gold Coast sometimes? Brisbane life's great. I mean, I've moved closer to the city. I'm loving the city. This place that I'm in now is so much better than my old one. It's my second rental now, and so much natural light in here. I needed something more open, need something with more breeze coming in, something that will just push me to, because the place that I was in originally was so closed in. It was almost like a box. There was really no windows around, and it was very easy to get stuck in that mindset of just closed in, not really wanting to do much. Even though I'm still quite a motivated person, your surroundings really make a difference in that, and this place is just nice and open. It's got big windows. I can actually see the city now, and looking out here, it's just nice to wake up to, and it really motivates you. Having that natural light. You can open up the door to the balcony, and it's got nice breeze in here. Not sure if I'll do a apartment tour or anything like that. I'm not really that kind of person, unless you guys really want to see that. But I'm not really someone who shows that kind of stuff because it's just not me. But I can tell you that having your surroundings just change. They help you so much. So Brisbane life is great, and I don't usually come to the Gold Coast too often. I have friends that live there, so if I'm visiting them, or I'm actually going down, funny you say that, I'm going down this afternoon. After filming this, I'm actually going down with my parents to watch a game of footy, AFL, the real footy. But yeah, Brizzy life's great, and here and there I'll come down to the Gold Coast. Next question is from Stuart. He says, "Hi Jack, keen to see and understand how you work through if a potential product is too saturated in that niche. This question is related to the Aussie market specifically, wondering if there's a process you go through." So if I see something that's really competitive, I look at the holes in the market. I look at the product reviews. I look at what people are saying about the product. I look at what can be improved on the product. If there's a product that you really like that's in high demand, you got to look at what the customer's saying. Let's just say if you're selling like sealable coffee cups or something, and you have someone who's ranked the highest, they've got the highest amount of reviews, doing the most amount of sales, but you look at the reviews and they say, oh, when it tips over, or when it's upside down, it leaks, or I don't like the way this is designed. You can put that to your advantage, and you can say, okay, I'm going to make one that's fully sealed proof, and obviously you have to get samples and you have to test it to make sure that that's the case, but you can make that a selling point. You can say, okay, I have this kind of coffee cup, it's an insulated coffee cup, but it's seal proof, and you can actually put that in your title and say seal proof. You can even brand it. You can say Coffee Sealy Pro, or whatever you want to call it, your brand name. You can actually brand your product around that and make that a selling point, and then that's basically your strength. And then people will go over and say, look, this is actually going to be leak proof. They're going to look at other ones, they're going to look at other products, look at their reviews, say that it leaks, and they go, oh, I don't really want that. Yours comes in with a competitive price, it's a high quality product, it solves the problem that people have been having, bang, you're gonna get your piece of the pie. And that's how you work into any niche, any market. You got to look at the gaps. You got to look at what people are doing right, look at what people are doing wrong, see where you can come in, be competitive, have a high quality product that helps people and solve a problem, and no doubt you're gonna get a piece of that pie. Next question is from Mitch. Hey Jack, dropshipping in Australia 2020, is it advantageous to target Aussies only with a .com.au domain, or target a wider group with a .com? How bad is COVID affecting dropshipping in regards to sourcing and shipping? So I'll answer the second part first in regards to COVID. The shipping is pretty much back to normal for Australia here. My main issue when I was dropshipping, when I had my fitness product that was doing really well in the midst of COVID, that was main issue was actually the manufacturing. Basically where I was sourcing my product from, they actually couldn't get it manufactured quick enough because it was such a product. It was a product that was in such high demand. It was very, very hard to get in. And after they got it in, the shipping was fine. Now it's even better. The manufacturing is pretty much back to normal. The shipping's back to normal, so you shouldn't have any problems with that. But in regards to your domain, I would just do .com. If you're really gonna have like a really strong Aussie brand, only ever selling in Australia, .com.au should be fine, but I don't see the harm in doing .com. .coms are the most widely used, and I think it's gonna be a lot easier to just have a nice simple .com than a .com.au. So if it was me, just do the .com. Next question is from Cynthia. Hi Jack, is there a specific app or program that you can recommend when doing product photos for the listing? Thanks. So when you are editing photos, this is in regards to Amazon FBA, when you're editing photos for your listing, if you have Photoshop, which you can get a free trial for as well, you can get, I think, a 7 or 14 day free trial, Adobe Photoshop, do that, that is perfect. If not, it's not so much a Photoshop kind of app, but it's a photo editing tool that's online. It's called Canva. I use Canva to do my YouTube thumbnails, and it's free. So just use Canva if you want the free alternative. There's not too much you can do in terms of like Photoshop-esque kind of tools, but I would do Photoshop first. If you can't get Photoshop, if you can't pay for Photoshop after the trial, just do Canva, it works fine for me. Okay, last question we've got is from Sue. I started watching your channel to hope to start an Amazon business. Recently I came across another guy teaching how to become a successful Amazon seller. He was saying trying to learn how to sell on Amazon by watching YouTube videos will fail because many YouTube teachings on Amazon sellers are outdated resources. Many of them are not even selling things on Amazon anymore. What would you recommend on that? So, good question. I would just be very careful of who you listen to. Make sure that the person you're listening to knows what they're talking about. But really, at the end of the day, you know, when I started selling on Amazon, I ended up buying 2 courses. The first one that I got was fine. It got my first product up on Amazon, but I wanted something more in depth. So I bought another course. It was like a year or so later on, just to keep learning more. But even though I bought those 2 courses, the main way I learned was just doing it myself, and I didn't learn half as much as what I did until I actually launched my first few products and learned what Amazon was all about, learned how to rank, learned all the systems. There was stuff that came up that the course basically couldn't teach me. You know, there's only so much that courses and online YouTube content can teach you. So what I would say to that is I don't think that a lot of these people are putting out outdated info. Just make sure that you're listening to someone who you have a good gut feeling about and is legitimate. A lot of these people you can sniff out whether they're legitimate or not, and just make sure that the person that you're listening to is creditable. It can back up what they're saying, and that's basically it. That's all there is to say in that situation. So my answer to that would be to learn as much as you can for free on YouTube. If you want to get into a course, make sure you get into someone's course that isn't overcharging you and knows what they're talking about and can basically back up what they're saying. But apart from that, you're going to learn the most from Amazon selling just by doing it yourself. So go out there and just launch a product, even if it's like 20 units first. Send some units to Amazon, send a product to Amazon, start selling, start learning how to rank, and start learning how to advertise your product, and you can go from there, and that's where you'll learn the majority of it. That is all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I want to do more Q&As like this, and it's good to be back on YouTube. You'll see me posting more on Instagram. For some reason, I'm shadow banned on Instagram. That's just a side note. So I can't like like or follow, like I can't like, post or follow people, and I can post, but I can't put captions on my posts. It's really, really weird. Definitely do more Q&A videos like this, but apart from that, guys, hope you guys are doing well, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.